I felt great. I made some good pitches. I made one really, really bad pitch in the middle of the plate, and that really was it. The hit before that, a great sequence, good execution, and he just a little excuse me grounded to third. But the only pitch I really want back is the double in the gap. But that's why we got spring training. That's why we're here. Working on those things.
Well, when you were working out Glen Academy, were you thinking about, I want to be ready on Monday, I want to be ready for the first spring game, I want to be ready for opening day?
The key wasn't like Monday or anything. It was just ready for when the call comes.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I didn't know when that was going to be. I didn't know if I was going to be mid-season or, quarter way into the season or the first day of the season. Didn't know, but I knew that I needed to be ready whenever that was.
What was it like pitching in that environment? Ballpark, fans, everything else?
Felt good. Felt like baseball again. It's a good feeling to have. Even in spring training the other day, or in the live session back in the backfields, it felt like it was just different than it has been. It was just good. It was a good feeling.
There's probably no right answer to this, but that some teams send a representative lineup, some teams send a minor league lineup. Does it make a difference for you? I mean, sometimes veterans just take, so I don't know what you get out of that, where some young guys are out there trying to push.
Well, I faced the Astros 4 or 5 times last spring training.
Yeah.
Same guys every single time. So
it was Altuve constant.
It was Altuve. It was Correa. It was all of them every time, except for maybe Bregman might have been the only guy that I didn't face a whole lot. But for me, I mean, it was just about executing today. I mean, I really wasn't going to go too much off reports. I was going to read hitters. I was going to read swings. I was going to make pitches and execute the pitches I was trying to throw, and that was really the thought going into it. Didn't worry about who I was facing.
How have you seen Kisner grow in that role? I mean, you've seen him I think you've thrown him from the very beginning when he first moved to catcher.
Yep. Yeah, he's gotten a lot quieter with his hands in a good way. He used to kind of push balls down. Now he's really receiving well. I think he's learned a lot from Yachty, honestly, watching him, and I think he's learned a lot about his own abilities, and he looks great back there. I'm proud of him. He's a good target, big target too. Got a good center body, low target for us to aim at, and calls a good game. He and I work together well. We've had some games together, and I like the way he calls, because he makes me throw things sometimes that I normally wouldn't, which is a good thing. Hitters kind of walk back and go, he doesn't do that. Kiz calls him and goes, I'm like, Kiz, that worked. One time, I can remember one time pitching to Kiz in against the White Sox in the COVID year. First game back. And I remember on the mound he called something, and I was like, I don't do that. And I was like, maybe I'll do that. And it worked, and I was like, wow, that worked. He's like, no, you need to throw that more. And I'm not going to tell you what it was, because that would be a scouting report. But
is it the Devastator? Just say it's
I can't tell you. Can't tell you. But Devastator was working today, though.
Yeah.
Devastator was working today. I got a strikeout and a couple swing and misses. Got a ground ball out. So.
Dude, with Kiz, I mean, he's put in a lot of time away from here, studying games. Do you see that?
Yeah. And Kiz is smart guy. He wants to be better too. He wants to be good. He wants to learn as much as he can. And that's all you can really ask of a guy, is to take his craft seriously and to put the time in to be better at it, and he does that.
What's the benefit? I'm sorry. One last one. What's the benefit of having a guy like him who's a backup for so many years? You guys would kind of cycle through guys just because of how much Yachty plays. Really, since Tony, you haven't had that stability in that role.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, he knows all the pitchers really well,
right.
And we're all familiar with him too. So we have a couple of really good options here as catchers, and just blessed to have him.
I wanted to follow up on his question, talking about Kisner. Have you had to have any conversations with him about staying patient and trusting the process, waiting behind Yachty? Does he ever get frustrated with that?
Oh, no. I mean, he seems like he's had a great attitude about everything. We really appreciate him in there. His attitude is great. He's always a happy-go-lucky, funny guy, keeping everything. Sometimes you got to knock him in the head for saying something corny or whatever, but he's a guy who keeps it really light in there and has a great attitude. He's a great team guy. Everybody loves Kiz in there.
Well, he said some guys lead with their words, you lead with your work ethic. He said you move the needle with the young guys. How much do you kind of take pride in that, is, leading with your work ethic?
Well, I mean, your words don't have any merit if you're not backing up what you say with your actions. So that's what I'm just trying to live. I'm trying to practice what I'm preaching. You know what I mean?
You still love it as much as you did 20 years, 16 years
I love
ago?
pitching. I love competing. I don't love the work in between as much, just being honest, but I do it because I know it's a necessary part of it. But I love getting out there between the lines of pitching.
Watching Nolan Arenado today, right away making that beautiful play and then hitting the heck out of the ball. For you as a teammate, knowing that this is trying to win the World Series this year, fun seeing him day one play at that high level.
Yeah. I mean, I've got to keep these guys loose. You know what I mean, Hawk? I mean, the amazing thing about the play that Nolan made is he does that little half dive and he catches it, and then he's up and throwing it, and I didn't even see him transition. He caught it and threw it before I even knew what was happening. He's so talented. I mean, if we don't pound the zone as a staff, we're just missing the point here. I mean, our guys are so good out there, especially him.
Did you like getting sort of your first comebacker out of the way in the first?
New glove too. New glove. Could not squeeze it. I've only used my glove 4 days now, so it's going to take a couple more catches for me to be able to squeeze those. Yeah, but that's good. I like to feel that ball come back at me at that pace more than the Justin Turner pace that happened in the postseason.
Do you put it under your pillow or microwave or oven?
No, I like to use it playing baseball. That's how I like to break it up.
Can you talk about what it means to pitch with having all those Gold Glovers behind you and just knowing that you're pretty much secure?
Just gives us a lot of confidence. Just gives us a lot of confidence to go out there and throw strikes and throw good quality strikes, keep them on the ground. The guys behind us are making plays. They're and this place is a really good teach too in spring training because you can be really aggressive at Roger Dean Stadium. It's hard to hit a home run here unless you go right down the line somewhere, but it's hard to hit a homer here. So you got a great defense behind you and a pitcher's park. Attack the zone, see what happens.
Adam, you mentioned that 2020 year. Are there lessons to take out of that summer camp where you had kind of that limited runway to get up for a season, both in terms of how you might feel and the mentality of like, look, maybe I'm not going to be at 110 pitches on opening day, but I have to be okay with being at 80. Not that you won't.
My mind is I'm just going to throw a 9-inning shutout and fewer pitches. That's
Sure.
all that means for me. I'm just going to be very aggressive and pitch like I normally do, and hopefully they can't take the ball from me. That's my mindset. I'm not trying to cap anything in my mind. Just going to go out there and whatever I'm ready for, I'm ready for.
Are there things though, like in your body that I'm sure you know how it feels on day 1 of spring, on week 4, whatever, from that shorter summer camp compared to now. Is that maybe, I don't know, is there something to do like from a checkpoint? Okay, this is how I felt in that run up. Here's where I am.
Well, I think the key is getting your body in a certain shape where you can get game ready quicker. And that's where we are now, and that's where we were back in 20.
Well, you're a competitive guy. Do you want that opening day again to be back out there?
Great question. I mean, everybody wants to start opening day, right? That's what everybody has a goal for eventually. So we'll see what happens. But
Have you seen the difference in Nolan this spring? I know not just today, but all spring compared to his first spring here last year. His comfort level and attitude.
I don't know. He fit in pretty well with us really quick. I mean, he's it's almost like he was supposed to be here years ago. We love him in there. It seems like he's been here for 10 years to me, but certainly comfortable in there now, which he should be.
Wayno, how has your approach changed to spring training from year 1 of spring training to where you are now?
Hasn't. Still trying to make the team. Still feel like I need to go out and prove myself every time out there, and whether it's for them or it's just for me, it's proven. I want to reprove it every year, every pitch, every outing. So there's always, I was just telling somebody, there's always that mindset going into spring training where you go, all right, I pitched for a long time. My body feels great. My arm feels good. The stuff's coming out really nice. I think I'm going to be able to get all these hitters out. I think. And we'll see. I think I'm really confident going into it, but then the hitters will tell you, right? And I think I might still have it. So.
Now that it's here, do you have a post-mortem on the era of pitchers hitting in the National League? And I'll let this sore subject for you.
Well, we'll see. He might call me off the bench a couple times this year. You never know.
You have to try to work for that, or are those conversations already going?
It has already been approached.
Did you order your full order of bats for this year?
Nope, just need one.
Pick her out a winner, Jim.
Just need one.
What's it like playing under Ollie in his first spring training as manager? What's he been like?
Y'all need to go.
No, I'm good with you.
I love Ollie. He's earned this position, I think. He's ready for this position. He's learned under some really good teachers. He's a very smart baseball man, and I think he's ready for it.
Appreciate it.